Happy Saturday, Nashville. Weekend Huddle here with you. Connor Newt, Christian Skelton. Nick Frazier will be along shortly as Greg Pogue decided to call him at 8:59 to ask for something in typical fashion, but that's okay. We are broadcasting from the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville Studios, home of the $99 yearly BI membership, where the buzz is always about great service. And boy, there is no shortage of things to talk about today on this beautiful Saturday. It's baseball season. Baseball season started yesterday with college baseball. The Olympics, of course, are going on. Team USA in action today at about 2:10 p.m. to take on Denmark over in Milan, Italy, as a part of the Winter Olympics. It's also Valentine's Day, which, whatever you want to celebrate. You're also currently listening to two of the three of us are single men, so it's kind of a miserable day for us, but that's okay. Lots of things to talk about. Christian, how are we doing, man?
We're not too bad. It's a chaotic start to the show, but hey, it's okay.
That's all right.
We press on.
Hey,
things could always be worse. That's one thing I always try to say to myself.
You're like Jaren Jackson. Could be worse. We could be homeless.
I forgot about that quote, but that's exactly right. It could be worse. We could be homeless. That's exactly right.
I just find it funny. The timing for Greg Pogue to call could not have been possibly worse. And here's Nick Frazier as he's approaching his seat. How was it knowing that Greg Pogue waited till approximately 8:59 to give you a call?
That's okay. Look, Greg's got his own show to deal with on 94.
I know he does.
Fan, so if you want to listen to Greg Pogue, go ahead. But we'd like to encourage you to stay with us. But
we'd prefer that.
No, Greg was just trying to get connected. So that's all that matters right now. He's connected. He's ready to go, and everything goes on.
That's good. Next time, tell him call Brandon Bixby.
Yeah, it's all right. Even Brandon was a little confused. I was confused. There was something he wasn't connected to. So gave him the numbers, and he's good to go.
Anyways.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
I'm fantastic.
Happy Valentine's Day, I guess.
Yes, happy Valentine's Day. I heard Eric yesterday on Chase McJoe say Palantines for the men.
Will you be my Palantine?
I like you, Connor, but we're just on a friend-to-friend basis here. Nothing more than that. Right
we
now.
can just be that.
Yeah,
nothing more, nothing less.
Fist bump to say, hey,
just awkward fist bump, but like I go for a high five and you go for a fist bump.
Yeah, I'm excited about the show today.
Yeah,
I got a lot to get into.
I was just talking about it while you were on the phone. We got a lot to talk about today. It's baseball season now. College baseball started yesterday. Obviously, the Olympics are going on today. Team USA in action against Denmark, and then tomorrow against Germany. What else do we got? I want to talk today about the whole Trinidad Chambliss situation and why does the NCAA have zero backbone, even though they made the correct decision. But I want to start today's show with a little bit of some quiet breaking news from the Tennessee Titans that they have not officially released. But if you were not aware, go on Twitter and it'll probably be the first thing you see. The Titans may have accidentally leaked their new logo for the upcoming season. There was a series of, I believe they were dog toys being released by the NFL, and basically it's just a football with legs with the logo. The Titans may have accidentally leaked their new logo on said toys. It is basically the flaming thumbtack without the flame, but it is recolored to Oilers colors. So interesting development there. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on what the potential new logo looks like. I certainly have mine, but I'm interested to hear yours.
I don't like it. I just don't like it. I'm trying to be as enthusiastic as possible. The one thing that's in the back of my head right now that I'm listening to is just hearing Warren Moon say on, I think it was the morning show with Kay Adams. And he said, the Titans are going to get new uniforms. Hopefully that's the last time we'll see the Oiler colors on the field. And I'm just thinking, I don't think that's the case. Look at this thumbtack. It has the Columbia blue. It has the red outline. It's everything that you described on the previous episodes and live shows of this weekend.
The one that people voted against, by the way.
The one that everybody voted against. Everybody wanted the oil rig sword, which I thought was genius, and we're not getting that.
Here's the thing. I like the colors. I like the idea of recoloring. Save the flames. What is the point of having just the thumbtack with the T in it? I don't think it looks very good. I mean, maybe it'll be something I grow into, assuming this is in fact the logo that they use. Mm-hmm. But I'm with you. I would have way preferred just a complete change of direction. Give us the sword with the oil rig in it. I think that would be intimidating. I think it would be different. It would be something that is unique to not just the NFL, but sports in general. I mean, how many teams across the nation in any sport have a sword as a logo?
Not many.
Not many. I mean, maybe the Buffalo Sabres, but
I mean,
irrelevant franchise.
was it not Temple, but the Conference USA team?
Troy.
Troy, thank you.
Yeah.
Troy, yeah.
Troy is they're not Conference USA. They are.
They used to be.
Yeah, they used to be. They are
Sunbelt, I think, right?
Yeah, Fun Belt. I think
They
you're
are
right.
the Fun Belt.
Fun.
Known MTSU rival, Troy.
Yes, they are. They play for
The Palladium.
the Palladium,
Mhm.
which I've never seen played for in my entire
I've
life.
only seen it played for on College Football 25.
Yeah.
Not even 26.
Nope.
Only 25.
Only
I think they played for it once when I was there my 4 years or 2 years at MTSU.
Well, I learned MTSU and Marshall are rivals too this season, which another game they don't play
It's
very
a little
much.
odd, right?
It is. They got a lot of rivals that are not actually like
Rivals.
Here's the thing: they try to make. I hope they don't get mad at me for saying this. They try to make rivals of teams that are not rivals. Like, let me show you this picture. There's a new sign up on campus, and it's MTSU, but it says "Go Big Blue" on it. When has MTSU ever said "Go Big Blue"?
I have a T-shirt saying "Go Blue,"
which is derived from Michigan.
Michigan, yeah.
Go Big Blue, derived from the University of Kentucky.
Right.
So find something original.
Yeah. True Blue. I have another
True
one
Blue.
of those. Yeah.
Hashtag Blue Knighted. Was that the one they were trying to push out?
Yeah, let's not do that one. Yeah. Now, I do like, what Derek Mason has kind of mentioned. It's what Burrow built, middle made. I think
I
that's
love
kinda
that.
cool. Yeah, it's something generic.
Yeah.
Not generic, but organic.
Unique.
Excuse me. Yeah, unique. That's cool.
Yeah.
And as for the Titans logo, trying to bring it back in.
Yeah. Sorry.
Something I don't like about this Titans logo, especially in the thumbtack of it all, you know how the old Titans flame T that they have right now currently is their primary logo? The T has the sword edges, the V shape on each one of them.
Yeah.
Look at this. On the bottom and on the ends of the T, they cut off the tip of the edge. I mean, that's a little bothersome to me. What are we doing?
I would be bothered if the tip got cut off too.
Where's the authority in the T?
You're right, though. It kind of looks power T-ish.
Yes, it does.
Like they've taken off the jagged edges of the T, and now it just looks generic. Look, I love the colors. I love the Columbia blue in the middle, and I love the red outline. Why couldn't you have recolored the flame to that color as well?
The color scheme is tremendous. I 100% agree with y'all. I don't like the logo at all.
Yeah.
Because I like either only do the sword or keep the flying the flames, I guess is the best way to say. Either keep the flame or just only do the sword, in my opinion. I don't like this only the circle. It's the whole Batman thing we discussed a couple weeks ago with no horns. It just looks weird.
Man, you know what this screams to me? This screams shoulder patch. This looks like something you would put on a shoulder patch on a jersey.
Now we're speaking my language.
This looks exactly like something they would do. Now, I think they go the Oiler route and just put numbers on the shoulders, which is fine.
Yeah.
Classic, traditional. But this just screams shoulder patch energy to me.
I'm with you.
I'm not a fan.
They need a primary logo that says, hey, here's the power structure. Here is how we're going to win a football game. This to me screams, hey, we're kicking a field goal. That's what this screams to me.
We're playing for 3.
Playing for 3. I don't want to play for 3. I want to play for a win and touchdowns. I want Cam Ward to do his little whatever celebration that
Zombieland, baby.
Which
apparently there's a new one now where they go side to side, and I don't really understand it.
Nah, up and down's a lot better.
This is a family show.
Off the rails.
We got to keep it PG.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't even know if that's PG. As our truth once said to us. But did you take in any baseball yesterday?
I did. Yes. I watched a little bit of college baseball. I was telling, I think it was Christian and Brandon before. Yeah, it was definitely you guys. Sorry about that. It was
who else would it be?
I don't know.
Greg Pogue?
Brain's all over the place. But no, I watched a little bit of that Seton Hall Boston College game. I was telling them about that gruesome injury of that player.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate. He went to celebrate and then looked like he rolled his ankle and snapped his leg in half. I was like, holy cow. I heard about Vandy, and I don't have the Flow Sports, so I wasn't able to watch that. Tuned into a little Allegretta on the radio, 94.9 yesterday. What else did I watch that was baseball related? I kept up with a lot of Major League Baseball news. So
yeah,
Nick Castellanos signed with the Padres.
I saw that just about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, so that was this morning.
I was hoping he would run it back with the Reds.
Yeah.
Just
Just for the record, I am very glad that did not happen. Only because there's a reason the Phillies are paying him $25 million to not play for him. For them, it's the Moneyball scene with what's his name? Gosh, what was I can't remember his name, but where he's like, "That's what the Yankees think of you. They're paying you $25 million to not play for them." It's the exact same
the
thing.
Shortstop.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. I don't. You know what I'm talking about, though.
Was it the guy that Chris Pratt played in that movie?
No. He played for the
remember.
Braves in real life
Yeah,
at one point
remember.
too. I'll think of it later.
I just think the Reds should bring back the 21 team, broadcasters included. Bring back what's his name?
That was post Brenneman.
Yeah, I almost said Tom Bergeron, and then I realized that's the guy from America's Funniest Home and Dancing with the Stars.
Yep,
Tom Brenneman.
Yeah, that was post Brenneman. He was all that stuff happened during COVID. Funny enough.
Let's revisit what exactly happened in Kansas City that day, word for word. I think you should restate that.
Unlike him, I'd like to keep my job, so I'm going to choose.
I don't know if I'm going to have a job tomorrow.
He did not.
He in fact did not, but now he's doing well. He's calling ACC games on the CW. So.
Hey, he got to call top 15 matchup USF and Miami this year.
Good for him. I mean, look at Tom Brenneman just rolling. We got a fun show today. This is not, the entire show.
Was it Miguel Tejada?
No, that's not it. Oh gosh. David Justice.
David Justice.
I knew it'd come back to me eventually.
Bad Knees David Justice.
Yep, that's who
Bad
it was.
Knees David Justice.
Bad Knees Justice? Yeah. Oh, the Scouts.
We got a fun show today. Ariana Grande is here to perform for us later, but we'll get to that. This was just kind of the opener where let's just tie up loose ends, figure out, what we want to start the show off with.
Who's singing America the Beautiful later?
I believe we've got Mick Jagger.
Oh, okay. Even better.
He's going to start us up.
I thought it was going to be Frazier. I thought Frazier was going to sing it for us.
Well, I can sing it if you want.
He can't. That's for the Bloodline rules.
Oh, this is true. This is true.
Just for the people in office. I get it.
We got a fun show today. We're going to talk a lot about sports, believe it or not. I don't know if you guys know that, but this is a sports show. Coming up next, though, United States in action today in the Olympics in Milan, Italy. They are taking on Denmark today and Germany tomorrow. Can they continue the party? It was a slow start for them against Latvia on Thursday. Then they started rolling. Can they continue the party and keep on dominating and perhaps sweep the entire group? We'll talk about that coming up next, right here on the Weekend Huddle. Connor Newt, Nick Frazier, Christian Skelton here with you on 102.5 The Game. Oh, the chills of childhood. Nothing better than hearing Mike Emmerich and Eddie Olczyk on the call back in the 2010s and before.
Give us a little rendition, Connor.
Of Doc Emmerich?
Please.
Good evening, folks. Doc Emmerich here with Eddie Olczyk, high above
It's always the United Center. It's always the United
Center. Blackhawks in action tonight against the St. Louis Blues here on NBC Sports.
Fantastic.
It just takes me back to that era. You had the video game that was it was like NHL, the EA game, but it was
12. Was it 12 or 13?
It was like all the way up until
I think it was like 15 to 18 or like 15 to 19 basically.
But it was NBC. They had Doc and Eddie on the call, but it was literally them sitting behind sitting behind a green screen. They had all the presentation. It was perfect. What an era.
Tremendous times.
Oh, I miss Eddie Olczyk.
Back when we didn't have
Eddie's on the call.
Yeah.
With
Kenny Albert.
You know, and the best part about the Olympics so far, not to jump the gun, but as far as Olympic hockey, we don't have 1,000 commercials. Well, I feel like hockey's not too bad commercials anyway. But anyway, we don't have 1,000 digital ads on the boards and all over the ice and stuff. We just have Olympic branding. It's so tremendous to see.
Weekend Huddle here on 102.5 The Game. Connor Newton, Nick Frazier, Christian Skelton. Let me tell you, today, number 19 Vanderbilt men's basketball takes on Texas A&M at Memorial Gym with a noon tip-off, and the pregame show starts at 11:30 a.m. and 102.5 The Game. You know who's a fantastic hockey analyst, and I didn't realize it?
Who's that?
TJ Oshie.
Bingo.
He's very good.
Yeah.
Former Blue, former Washington Capital. He's really good. Like, that guy lives and breathes hockey. But let's not talk about the broadcasters. Let's talk about the actual game. Team USA in action today against Denmark. Of course, their group comprised of Denmark, Latvia, and the ice generals, or the rink generals, as I'm going to call them, Germany. They are in action today against Denmark, tomorrow against Germany. And the story for Team USA, I think, is riding momentum. They are coming off of a big 5-1 win over Latvia, a game in which they started off very slow, 1-1 at the end of the first period, had 3 goals in the second period, and then another one by Austin Matthews in the third. Can they continue the party? Can they continue just piling home goals? I think Denmark might be a little bit better than Latvia, if I'm not mistaken, but still, I think it's around the same level of competition. Nobody in the entire world has the same amount of NHL talent as the U.S. and Canada do. So those are the two teams I would expect to just roll through everything. I didn't get to watch yesterday. Did Switzerland put up a fight against Canada?
It was somewhat of a fight. I think it was 1-1 at some point, and then McDavid and the guys took over, and
that team is. I mean, they're going to be tough to beat.
I heard Willie and Adam talking about it yesterday, and they're absolutely right. The fact you have a power play of like McCarr, McKinnon, Crosby, McDavid, I'm just like.
I mean, I'll steal Robbie's line. Do you know what that third line is for Team Canada?
Go ahead.
It is Mitch Marner, Sidney Crosby at the center, and Mark Stone.
That's unfair.
Those are 3 top line guys in the NHL.
See, look, the difference between the United States and Canada, and there's no discredit to the United States because they're a good hockey team. They're putting together a good product out there on the ice, but I think it's the experience at the Olympic level that's gonna hurt the U.S. a little bit.
I agree.
You look at Canada right now; they're playing fast on all cylinders. Even we just talked about their power play units are fantastic, but you look at how quick and efficient they are of getting shots on net. Obviously, when the U.S. and Canada, take on each other, it's a wider slate of ice, so they're going to have a little bit more room for error in some aspects. The game's going to be a lot more, I'd say, lengthy. In the best way to put it, lengthy, because those legs are going to get tired. That pace of play is not going to keep up. This game's going to kind of play out like it was for Four Nations last year. It's going to be a little bit more methodical chess play type of hockey where you're going to see it play out.
That's kind of the thing I've noticed with Team US. They are go, go, go. And sometimes they can get methodical. Brock Nelson's second goal in that game against Latvia was absolutely beautiful, first of all. Pretty much all 5 skaters touched the puck, and it was just art. But they are kind of, against the wall, going to hit you as hard as they can and just attack the net. And that works for a lot of those players. The Tkachuk brothers, that's their style of play, and I love it. I'm worried that the depth and the experience of Team Canada, should they run into each other, and obviously you got to get through your group stage first. They play Denmark today, and I'm not going to lie to you and say I know a lot about Team Denmark and Olympic hockey, but I know a lot about this Team USA team. So I think they should roll relatively easily. I'm worried that Canada is just going to dominate this entire tournament because of the experience they have with each other, because of the depth they have with each other. And look, the U.S. has experience with each other as well. There's a lot of these returning players that played in that Four Nations tournament with each other. You know, the Tkachuk brothers, the Hughes brothers, Austin Matthews. A lot of these players are returning. But Team Canada feels like they just have more elite talent and more talent that is experienced with playing with each other. I mentioned to you that third line pairing.
Yeah.
Do you know what two of those guys have in common?
Champions. Stanley Cup champions.
Well, all three of them are Stanley Cup champions. Yeah. Two of them play in Vegas.
That's true.
Marner and Mark Stone.
I forgot about that.
They have experience with each other. So I'm worried that that's going to be the story for Team Canada. But as far as today, I think you just attack at the same level you attacked it against Latvia. Attack the net, get to the goal. I would assume that Connor Hellebuck will be in net again today. Maybe they change it up and go like Jake Cottinger or Jake Swayman, but I would assume Hellebuck is probably going to be the primary goalie the entire way. But I would just, I'm a little cautious on if those two teams meet. Is the depth for Team USA going to be enough to take down Canada?
Yeah, it's interesting. And, last Saturday, I told you and Christian both two guys I really needed to see production out of, and it was Jack Eichel and Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes making his Olympic debut, had 2 assists. Jack Eichel, on the other hand, another guy who had 2 assists in that game. So you got to play factors into that. Those are guys that facilitate the puck. And to your point about, Canada, how good they are, the only way the U.S. can kind of keep up with them as long as they have production play from the centerpiece. And that's those two guys. And another guy that's been a little under the radar for me that I'd like to see a little bit more out of this afternoon, Matt Boldy.
Yes.
That's a guy that had a hat trick against the Preds in the first 2 periods? I mean, come on now.
This is the kind of team that you can have unexpected heroes in with. Like, if I were to tell you Brock Nelson is probably going to have 2 goals and should have had 3 in that first game against Latvia, would you believe me?
No.
I don't think so. Look, I know he's capable of that. He's been capable of doing that on the NHL level, but I think there are harder hitters on Team USA than Brock Nelson, and they can deliver. And I think they have depth to get things done. I'm just worried it's not enough as Canada has. And Canada's depth is going to be a little bit more than the US's should they meet up. And I think Canada might just dominate this tournament. I don't know. We haven't gotten to that point yet.
Right.
They got to get through this game today. They got to get through this game tomorrow. I know everyone from the group stages makes it into the elimination round, but there are, scheduling things at stake. I think if Team USA sweeps the group, they have a bye, if I'm not mistaken. So
I have to look.
I would anticipate them probably doing that. It's a relatively light group. So, but
by the way, just on the goalie front, I just saw Jeremy Swayman getting starting net today.
Swayman. Okay.
Yep.
I would imagine they probably go Ottinger tomorrow.
Kind of like what we talked about last week. They're going to do. That's what they did for Four Nations, right? Each of the 3 started 1 game. Yeah.
Yeah. And then probably elimination the rest of the way. It'll be Hellebuck, which is smart. I like that. What do you think of Austin Matthews? There are some times where I look at him on the ice and I think this guy just cannot come up clutch in big moments. There was one where he completely whiffed on the puck. I think this was when Latvia scored. He whiffed on the puck. Latvia stole the puck, and then, it was an odd man rush, and they got to the goal. So
the way I see Austin Matthews, and again, I don't mean any ill will or discredit towards him when I say this, he can't be the Connor McDavid of this team. He can't. This is a collective. Like, I get McDavid can take over a game and change the trajectory of it. I get it. Austin Matthews doesn't have that quality. Some may say he does. I don't think he does. This team, the way they need to play is a collective. And I think that's why you're seeing a lack of production from a guy like Matt Boldy, is because look at Austin Matthews. He led Team USA in their previous game versus Latvia with shots on goal. Like, again, you can have that production. That's fine against those lower tier teams. But if you continue those same trends, guess what's going to happen? Teams are going to zero in on that. Then you're going to have a lone star of Matt Boldy by himself not getting the production because he didn't have the right amount of, I'd say, minutes and also opportunities on net.
That's kind of a worry I have of Team USA is Canada has guys that can just take over games by themselves. McDavid, Crosby, you name it. They've got it. I'm not sure that the U.S. necessarily has someone like that. Now, the Kachuk brothers can set the tempo, but you're right. It's a collective effort. And Austin Matthews, I agree with you. I don't think he's capable of taking over a game by himself. Brock Nelson did against Latvia, but if the going gets tough and they run into Switzerland or Canada or someone that could potentially knock them off, I'm worried that they don't have that one guy that can just take over a game. And, I think they have the depth, but you're right. It's a collective unit.
If there's anybody that I have my eye on and he actually scored in the last game, Tage Thompson.
Yes.
That's a young player that could probably, make his way through the cracks of a defense where he can.
His goal is beautiful too.
Oh, yeah.
Top cheddar.
Just right next to the goalie too. Oh, short side.
Fantastic. 615-737-1025 is the phone number. Phone and text lines driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. If you want to get involved on the Olympic conversation, we'll continue it coming up next. Overall, does the United States really have the firepower to take down Team Canada? We'll continue the conversation coming up next. I also should mention the weekend poll is out. I forgot to mention that off the top of the show. I'm kind of pushing a narrative today. Our question today, simple question. In honor of today's holiday, is Valentine's Day an overrated holiday? Yes or no? It is very heavily swayed in one direction. So we'll get to that on the top of the hour. But coming up next, we'll continue the conversation on Team USA hockey right here on the Weekend Huddle on 102.5 The Game. This is the perfect song to just drive home at night. Interstate's empty. You just go and also a great edit song of like, I don't know, like prime Aaron Rodgers or something like that.
I was about to say, I've seen a bunch of those SEC edits of
early
like
2010s quarterbacks.
Yeah,
100%.
Was it
AJ McCarron,
Aaron Murray,
Josh Dobbs,
right?
anything like that.
And
Yep.
Aaron Murray, one of like the Georgia quarterbacks.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. I was cracking up when
Jake
I saw
Fromm.
that. Jake Fromm's a good one. It's a good pull.
Who was the Mississippi State quarterback before Dak?
Oh, Tyler Russell.
Tyler Russell.
And Damian Williams.
Yeah.
That was the 1-2 punch Dan Mullen tried to start his career with. And it somewhat worked. And then he recruited Dak. And then it was Dak and Tyler Russell.
And then Dak was the backup.
And then,
Tyler Russell got hurt.
Yep.
And then Dak came in. And
Dak came in. And then they had
rest is
Damian
history.
Williams. And then Damian Williams didn't really work out. And they're like, wait, Dak can do both. We don't need a 2 QB system. They got rid of him. And then Nick Fitzgerald came in the picture. They recruited him. Dak left. Fitzgerald took over. And then the rest is history.
I mean, you know the saying, you've got 2 quarterbacks, you've got none.
Exactly.
That is the saying. Register today for Stars Trivia Night at Boombaz in East Nashville on Thursday, February 19th. It'll be a night full of fun, food, and prizes, all while supporting Stars Nashville, a nonprofit providing free mental health support for students in over 200 schools across Middle Tennessee. More details on how to register, visit theGameNashville.com/events. I believe our man Willie D will be hosting that one. So,
okay.
I would have loved to do some trivia with Willie D.
There is a trophy back there. I don't know if you can see it behind that whiteboard.
Wasn't it for
Connor.
last place?
Yeah, it was for last place. I was unfortunately on that team. And yeah.
What a God squad. Who was on that team? Is you?
Nick, his now wife, and Junie.
Yeah. So you're the last man standing.
Yeah. So that was an
Anyways.
Anywho.
Anyways, Weekend Huddle here on 102.5 The Game. Connor Newton, Nick Frazier, Christian Skelton here with you. Talking a little bit of Olympic hockey. It looks like Finland and Italy is about to kick off here in about 6 minutes. So, Preds fans, if you want to catch probably UC Saros in net, he comes on in about 6 minutes.
Had a good game yesterday.
He did, which that's another thing I want to complain about. What is wrong with this Team Sweden head coach, and why does he refuse to play Philip Forsberg? Philip Forsberg had like 9 minutes of ice time yesterday.
I watched it this morning. He was ineffective. Like, he wasn't in any like attacking positions at all on the ice.
Well, he had one shift in their first game, and it was really bad because he gave up a really costly turnover, and then they went down and scored. So I don't know what's going on with Phil. Are the lights too bright for him?
Well, also the Olympic roster that you can add an extra player, right? Extra 2 players, a defenseman and a forward.
Yeah.
Is that right? So again, you're probably
stages, and this is, let's see what we can get. We know we're going to make that stage anyway because everyone makes it. So,
yeah.
But I don't know. I don't really understand why arguably your most talented player isn't on the ice. So
maybe,
but that's not my problem. My problem lies with the United States.
Oh boy,
of America. I don't really have a problem with them. I'm just saying that's my concern. And, like you and I have been talking about for the past, 20 minutes or so, I'm worried that they don't have the firepower to take out Canada. Canada's got depth. They've got experience. They arguably have more talented NHL rostered players on their team than the United States does. But in your mind, you kind of harped on this a little bit. Let's say there is a guy that's capable of taking over for the United States and just delivering on all cylinders defensively, offensively, goal scoring, assisting, what have you. Who is that man on this team? I don't think it's Austin Matthews, unfortunately, although he's Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Toronto Maple Leafs syndrome runs full on through his blood. So I don't think it's him. You said Tage Thompson, correct?
Yeah, as a goal scorer that could be up and coming for this team that, I guess is your least common answer for this, for sure.
I think it's Jake Gensel. I think Jake Gensel has proven himself as a goal-scoring phenomenon in Tampa Bay. He did it in Carolina.
Right.
Really wanted the Preds to go after him, but they got another goal scorer. His name's Steven Stamkos. But Jake Gensel, I think, is the kind of guy that's capable of taking over in big moments. Am I saying he's going to? Absolutely not, because, this is all on paper. We don't know what things are going to look like, but
right.
I think he has the capability of doing just that. Maybe not to the level of a McDavid or a Crosby or whoever is on Canada, which is pretty much everyone that's capable of doing that.
Mhm.
But Jake Gensel, I think, is an under the radar scorer on this team, and I think he's capable of taking over when it matters.
Yeah, I think so too. He definitely can take over when it does matter. And again, for him being 31 years old, there's that veteran leadership that we were talking about and the experience. So there's something else to look at as well.
He's 31?
Yeah.
Wow. I feel old.
You feel old.
He's only like 10 years older than me, but I feel like I've been watching Jake Gensel for not a long time. He's 31.
Yeah.
Kind of funny. His coming out party was 2017 playoffs, basically, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. He was on that cup team, wasn't he?
Wow, it was 9 years ago. That's crazy.
That was, oh, God, don't tell me that.
9 years.
9 years
insane.
ago.
Wow.
You're right. I mean, we were in what? The 7th grade when that was happening?
Helps my mic's on. Yep, 7th grade.
I just graduated high school at that point.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man.
Yesterday, Chase and Joe had a good question. It was like, what sports team or player should have a documentary? And I mentioned the 2017 Nashville Predators.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you got to start it into that summer with Shea Weber getting traded with PK Subban, for PK Subban, that is. And then the rest of it plays out. I think that would be an awesome. Obviously,
yeah.
The end story didn't really, happen. But
it's
cool.
I mean, you could go 2017 and then the next year they won the President's Trophy. And, it's just the rise. I would do one on Pecorine.
Oh, yeah.
Just in general. From, to use a quote, from undesirable to undeniable, the Pecorine story.
And a round that no longer exists in the NHL draft.
Yes. Or Derrick Rose. A Derrick Rose documentary would be fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Carmelo Anthony would be pretty good.
Give me one on the 2011 St. Louis Cardinals.
Or the 2012 Kentucky Wildcats.
There is one.
Oh, is there really?
It's really good.
Okay.
It was produced, right when they won it. So maybe one now of,
looking back.
Yeah, where are they now? Which I believe only one of them is currently rostered on an NBA team, and his name is Anthony Davis, and
he's hurt, isn't he?
Always hurt.
Yeah, I think he's hurt right now.
Always hurt. But as far as the United States is concerned, I'm excited for this weekend. They play Denmark today. They play Germany tomorrow. The Rink Generals, as I'm going to continue to call them. But they're going to be the ones retired this time.
I got a question for you.
I got an answer for you.
And it's about the U.S. hockey team. If they don't place for medals this go-around, is it a disappointment?
Very much so.
What about a silver medal? Is it a disappointment if they don't get to the silver medal? If they're playing for the bronze medal game?
Very much so.
Okay.
I believe Canada and the United States are probably 1A and 1B.
Okay.
I think Canada's probably a little bit better than the United States. I hope they play so we can, determine that for sure.
Right.
If the United States doesn't medal at all, it is absolutely a disappointment. I would consider it a slight disappointment if they don't gold, just because the hype has been going on for a year now from Team USA and the NHL saying this is must-watch TV between these two teams. And, I don't think there's been partial swayment towards either team just because the NHL wants to support its entire market, and a lot of its market is in Canada. But
right.
I believe if we get to a point where Canada wins gold and the U.S. wins silver, I would be disappointed.
Interesting. I think silver medal's okay.
Yeah,
I'm all right with that. Look, I don't like winning. Like when it comes to winning for second place.
Well, you know what Ricky Bobby says.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Well, second place is just first place for losers. So,
yeah, I don't want to be a first place for losers, but with the quality of this team that we've been discussing the last couple segments, it's a respected. It reflects well on the roster. Let's put it that way.
Yes,
winning silver for the United States, it reflects well on the roster.
I would be disappointed though. Yeah. I mean, win it all.
Oh, I'm with you.
You've got maybe.
I think both things can be true too.
Yeah.
I think you can feel the same. Like, I think you can have both those opinions at once, in my opinion.
I mean, I would probably be like, well, at least they came this far. But at the same time, you want your country to win everything, don't you?
Well,
I want my country to dominate women's curling, which they did yesterday.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, Connor, what you were saying about...
he pointed at me. Sorry.
No, you're good. Well, I was just going to say what he was saying earlier about how Canada might just be on a collision course. I feel like that's kind of how the USA women's hockey team is right now.
They're unbelievable.
Talk about somebody that's just mowing through teams.
Do I know anything about them? Absolutely not. But am I interested? Yeah, it's my country.
5-0 against Canada. That was tremendous to see.
That maple syrup, baby.
We got donuts this morning, so we're taking it all.
Indeed. Sorry, I got sidetracked on my personal text line. Colin texted and said, gold is success, silver's meh, and then bronze is, failure at that point.
I think anything below gold is a mild disappointment.
Okay.
But that's just me.
That's fair.
That's just my opinion. Colin Kadoof texted you?
No, different Colin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Colin Cadiff?
No, this Colin well versed in hockey.
Okay.
Hockey savant.
Hockey savant. There's only one hockey savant I know. His name's Parker Kelly.
Oh,
I asked him yesterday all these questions. I was like, Parker, how many players are allowed on the ice at the same time? He said 6. Wow. I was like, wow.
That's kind of a trick question if you think about it. That's pretty impressive for Mr. Kelly.
That's why he's the hockey savant.
I'm trying to get him a job for the unathletic.
Oh, I think we could get
with
him
Rick Merritt.
Yeah.
I think he could do it. I think he would light that world on
He'd be
fire.
the top columnist for him.
Yeah. Well, top hockey columnist.
Yeah.
No one's going to beat Rick Merritt's football coverage.
No.
Did you know that in football, if you score more points than the other team, you get a win?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
There are 11 players on each team.
So 22
field.
total.
Yeah.
What about the referees?
Oh, there's 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I learned this from Rick Merritt. So
he's incredible, man.
615-737. Now he's going to text me. 615-737-1025 is the phone number. Coming up next, it's time to take over the show. I forgot to mention we're going to 11:30 today. So, I'm just forgetting a lot of things.
That's why we're having all the musicians perform later on.
Yeah. Ariana Grande is here. Coco Jones, who you heard in the Super Bowl perform. Yeah. She's going to be here later. So
okay.
Not actually, just mentally.
Yeah.
But she'll be here. Coming up next, I'm going to take over the show. Newt's Notes coming up next, right here on the Weekend Huddle 102.5 The Game.
sports.
In my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me.
Vanderbilt season is underway, and today the Commodores take on Tejas Tech at 11 a.m. Catch all the action on 94.9 The Fan and the Game Nashville app. Welcome back in. Weekend Huddle here on 102.5 The Game. Connor Newton, Nick Frazier, Christian Skelton here with you. And it's time for me to take the spotlight. And this is a PSA for all sports fans in the United States of America. Football season's over, obviously. College football season has been over for a long time. So PSA, don't jump on the college basketball bandwagon now. Don't be one of those that says, well, I only care about it in March because that's when it only matters. Absolutely not. It matters today. It matters today just as much as it did in November. I mean, today's a loaded slate of college basketball. Kentucky and Florida are playing today. Arizona and Iowa State, Kansas and Iowa State are playing today. It's a loaded slate. So enjoy it. Don't be one of those that waits until, March 16th when the tournament starts or something just to say this is when it starts. And I know people that are like that. One of them used to work here. Some podcaster I know is like that. So I don't like that mentality. And look, I'm biased towards college basketball. It's my favorite sport. I watch it year round. I can sit down and watch just about anyone play college basketball and find some enjoyment out of it. But don't be one of those people that is just fair weather towards it. It's the same way with college baseball. This is what these people do. And a lot of them are unfortunately SEC fans. They wait till the previous sport is over before they start cheering for the next sport. So when college basketball ends in April, then they'll start watching college baseball. Or when college baseball ends, then they get excited for football again, which I do too. But they wait until February, like today, or early March to cheer for college basketball. Let me tell you, you can watch both. I do it. A lot of people do it. I get equally as excited about Kentucky basketball as I do Kentucky football, and Kentucky football sucks. Or not anymore. Will Stein is going to change the trajectory of the program. But my PSA for you today, don't be that guy. Don't be that girl that just says, it only matters in the national tournament, because it's just not true. There are losses that can determine whether or not you make that tournament. Tennessee knows this very well. As a couple more losses from them, they may not make the tournament. No offense. You looked at me weird. Why?
Did not make the tournament?
I mean, is that not true?
I think that's a little extreme. I mean, maybe like a 9 or a 10 seed.
I wouldn't consider them locks.
I don't know.
They're probably going to get in.
No, I mean, this is also a disaster scenario considering the schedule coming. Okay, well, that's fair.
I'm not saying, well, if they lose 2 more games, they are most certainly out.
I see what you mean now.
Disaster scenario.
I misunderstood what you meant. That makes sense then.
If they completely lose out and things ahead of
them,
them
if they lose
happen,
to LSU today, there's a problem. I understand now.
They should have lost to Mississippi State. Just putting that out there.
Oh my gosh, 18-0 run was not fun to be a part of.
I saw his tweet. I was like, God, I love this. I love the fodder.
Yeah, it was the first like. He liked it immediately.
He looked at me like I was the dumbest person on the planet. What in the hell are you talking about?
I was like, what? I understand what you mean now, though.
No, but I say this. Don't be that guy, please, because I'm tired of hearing people like that. Well, why are you watching college basketball when, I don't know, the Browns and the Ravens are playing today? I'm like, because I don't care about the Browns or the Ravens. I would rather watch Iowa State and Illinois play basketball on a Sunday than the Browns and the Ravens. So don't be that person. 615-737-1025 is the phone number. Devin and Dixon says football season ending means it's just officially NASCAR season. To which I respond, and Christian will respond with me, 500's tomorrow.
500's tomorrow. Don't forget.
500's coming up.
We'll be live on these airwaves.
It will.
Don't forget.
I cannot wait to turn on the 500 tomorrow, take a 2-hour nap, and wake up and realize nothing has completely happened.
Hey, that's going to be a fun one.
Well, it's also going to be the yearly rain out from the forecast I've seen so far.
Oh, is it?
Unfortunately. Yep.
Good thing I don't work tomorrow.
The yearly Daytona 500 rain.
You're big into NASCAR, aren't you, Christian?
Not really,
No.
completely, to be
Well,
honest.
you went to Bristol, didn't you? Well, that was for football.
That was for football and baseball.
baseball,
I've
yeah.
been to Bristol 3 times. Only one time was for racing, and that was because it was the all-star race during COVID, and we had nothing else to do.
I know.
But it was fun, actually. I had a good time.
I would assume he agrees with me on this sentiment. I'm curious where you stand, Nick Frazier.
Okay.
Where do you rank on this in terms of, well, once football season's over, then we can start talking about basketball?
No, look, you could probably start talking about basketball in like early December. Is that fair?
I mean, sure.
Because doesn't the season start in November?
Early November, but that's all like, for the most part, it's all like, you
Well,
know, the
there-
non-conference,
Yeah.
you know, Tennessee is playing Alcorn State kind of stuff.
That's why I mentioned December is because like once the non-conference schedule's over with, then you kind of have a true litmus test of what these teams are about.
That's true.
Like that's where I kind of lie on all this. And again, I'm a Mississippi State fan, and seeing them play basketball this year is just not fun.
Yeah,
They're just a sub 500
I thought
team.
they would be better than they were this year.
Yeah.
Although Josh Hubbard's been in college for
He's
like
the entire team. That's the problem.
Well, he's been there
There's
for
no
like
help.
13 years, it feels like.
So again, I think it's a good look at it from a glass half full to say after conference or after non-conference play, that's when you can start talking about basketball at a more consistent basis.
Yeah, I just can't stand the people that tell me all the time, no one cares about basketball till football's over. Maybe that's what the media will tell you.
And I kind of fall in that a little bit.
Utter
Okay.
woke nonsense
Is it okay if I fall into that a little bit?
on some level.
I mean,
I can understand if football takes prevalence over basketball for a little bit because it always will. That's how this country operates.
you and I both are big baseball fans, along with Christian. So
Yeah.
the trifecta here. Everybody says baseball is no longer America's sport. Football is America's sport. And we get all that.
Which is true.
Football is America's sport.
Baseball is America's pastime.
Correct. So now everybody's trying to push the narrative of football over basketball. Sure. You love it, don't you?
Football!
Or is that have an origin of any kind, or is that just a thing you do?
Football.
Football.
It just sounds
All
like
thing I
I'm
can do.
ready to put a big old dip in and just yell at a
That
bunch of
sounds
people.
straight from Father Ryan football. That's what it sounds like.
No,
to
that's
me.
actually Nolensville Pee Wee football.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why it made me.
Football!
Yeah.
It made you the man you are today.
Yeah.
Made you tough.
Didn't play long there.
Oh,
Yeah.
couldn't handle it?
No,
Or just too tough?
conversation I can't say on the air. It's more
Oh.
off the air. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Don't want to get anybody in trouble.
Okay. But in conclusion, the PSA here is people care about college basketball before football ends.
Yeah.
I am one of them. Joe Rexroad is one of them. Christian is one of them. Maybe not to the level me and Joe Rexroad are, but you are.
I'm close.
You're close.
I'm definitely a notch below, but I'm
you're
close.
you're like me, and you'll watch just about any sport your team plays.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like maybe not the Lady Vols for you, but
Hey, softball team's going crazy
really
right now
good.
from what I've heard. So
they're really good. Kentucky's softball team just upset Stanford, who is like a top 5 team, I think.
how about that? We got some college softball talking.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Bet
Finland's
you
up
didn't have
1-0.
that on your docket today. Finland. Oh, they are up 1. Look, there's
Mikhail Granlund.
yeah, former Pred.
Granny
There's a
Apples.
few former Preds on Finland. Mikhail Granlund, I think, is one of them.
Ellie Tolvanen.
Ellie Tolvanen, the one that got away.
Now you have Eric Halla that plays for the Preds.
Yeah.
And UC Saros.
Isn't
2-0. Granny Apple scored number 2.
Oh, he's got 2.
Just one, I think.
Oh,
but they
just
scored
one.
the
But they
second
scored
goal.
2.
Yeah.
Is it Nino Niederreiter Finnish?
Swedish.
Swedish.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's on there with Roman Yossi.
he plays for
I
Sweden.
think you're thinking of Mikko Rantanen because I think they showed
Switzerland.
him
Sorry,
earlier.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Sweden.
Sweden.
Let the rock tell you it's Swedish. All right, 615-737-1025 is the phone number. NASCAR action is on the Game Nashville Sports Network all season. Starting at 3:30 p.m. today, catch live coverage of the United Rentals 300 on 1025 The Game and the Game Nashville app. And the 500's coming up. Tomorrow, live coverage of the Daytona 500 follows Vanderbilt baseball on 1025 The Game. Coming up next, hour number 2 of the Weekend Huddle, we get into the weekend poll. Is Valentine's Day an overrated holiday? The answers are almost in. You still got about 10 minutes to vote over on Twitter, and I'm loving the results here. We'll get to it coming up next right here on the Weekend Huddle on 1025 The Game. Hour number 2 of the Weekend Huddle here on 102.5 The Game on this beautiful Saturday morning. It is actually really beautiful outside. I know I sarcastically say that all the time, but spring is in the air. Spring is coming, and you know what that means? Baseball.
Baseball.
Are you going to do that with every sport today?
Yes.
I think the groundhog was lying, by the way.
That groundhog
Ever
is
since
full
he
of
said
stuff.
that, it's been awesome outside.
I hate
So,
that groundhog.
I mean, every time Punxsutawney Phil comes out of his little shadow, it's always the opposite of whatever it is.
you know why he has shadows, right?
because the cameras.
The cameras and the lights. They decide to do this at 5 a.m. when it's still dark out, so they got to turn the lights on, and that damn groundhog sees a shadow.
I bet he wakes up and goes, God, not this day again.
I hate
And then
I hate
Crawls.
that tradition.
crawls his little self out of the stump and goes, yeah, I'm tired. Let's just go back in. This
6
is-
weeks of winter, everyone.
This is stupid. See you guys.
Connor Newton, Nick Frazier, Christian Skelton here with you as we very quickly get off the rails here on this program, but that's okay. It's Saturday. As we start every single hour number 2 on the program, we give you the weekend poll, a question we put out on the interwebs that you all vote on. And today's question, in honor of today's holiday, Valentine's Day, is as follows. Is Valentine's Day an overrated holiday? Yes or no? I'm happy to report that 94.7% of people say yes. Yes, it is. To me, Valentine's Day is a government plant created by Hallmark to sell cards. That's just my opinion. But if you want to go out and celebrate with your partner, I'm all for it. Go for it. I'll be at home celebrating by myself.
That's hilarious. No, not that. I'm saying like this whole government. That's
It's
pretty
funny that you're lonely.
No, that's not what I meant by that at all.
Ah,
I just-
you don't have anyone.
No, I just think it's funny how us as an American society celebrate things that are just not relevant, if that makes sense.
I mean,
And made up.
yeah, made up.
I mean, you read them every single day.
Yeah,
These national holidays that
like that's exactly what it is. It's a national holiday of nothing.
of love.
Yeah.
I mean, don't go and eat out tonight because you're going to see a lot of, people taking them. If I had a woman, I would take her to like Taco Bell or something like that.
Outback Steakhouse. Hey, get the bloomin' onions. You got a 2-for-1 deal going right now.
Logan's Roadhouse.
Hey,
all
don't sleep on Outback.
Oh.
Hey, you
Outback
never know.
Steakhouse.
Everybody loves a good meal from down under.
Hey, it's solid. You
Take
know?
her to like Logan's Roadhouse with all the they still do the peanut shells everywhere.
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't had Logan's in so long.
I
The
haven't
one
either.
they had in Murfreesboro closed, unfortunately.
What?
So, yep. Yeah, we got Texas now, though. It was a fair trade.
Texas is good.
Yeah.
No, I think if you have a significant other, kudos to you. You're going to enjoy a nice, wonderful date night, I guess, because it's a Saturday and all that. Fun
Well,
stuff.
as two single men on this program, we can ask the non-single man this. What's the plan tonight?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, I got plans.
You got plans?
I got
What are you
plans.
doing?
Got plans.
Man,
That's what he's gonna. That's for us. That's for him to know and us to find out
I mean,
or
you'll
figure out.
you'll get an answer by about 5:30 tonight. I mean, it'll be all over Twitter.
Oh,
well, I wasn't going to talk about this. But
Frazier is gonna be a surprise guest at TNA.
Ah,
He's gonna interfere in one of the matches.
You figured it out. Darn.
you're going to join the ranks as last night. It was Jelly Roll and Teddy Swims that showed up.
Now I'm gonna be.
They're
down
gonna
there.
show Frazier on screen, just like they did Jelly Roll, like under this. It's just gonna say Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier,
This is
Jason
my
Big
time.
Joe show.
This is my time.
See, me
It's my
personally,
time.
this Valentine's Day, I'm going to be running away from ghosts.
Ah,
He knows what I'm talking about.
Sam Darnold.
No.
Florida Gators.
no.
Oh, I know
Kirby
it.
Smart.
Ah.
Ah, yes, Kirby Smart.
Kirby Smart.
What a great way to just throw that in there.
Yeah, well, no one has any idea what I'm talking about. But long story short, women are difficult. Women will ghost you.
Ah,
That's what I've
gotcha.
learned. But look, Valentine's Day is just the most overrated holiday in general. I put it up in the ranks with Halloween. Halloween was fun
Ooh.
as a kid. Now it's terrible. I do
Ugh.
not care.
You might be celebrating it incorrectly
How do you celebrate Halloween?
with a bunch of people at a party and have a good time.
See, I'm not a big party guy.
Neither am I, but on Halloween they're fun. Just experiment a little bit.
Well, we could use the Mean Girls
So you just gotta
quote.
find the right one, I guess, probably, and it'd
Yeah.
be fun.
I could say the Mean Girls quote right now.
That's something I don't know what you're talking about.
I actually do because
He
I just
does.
watched that recently. Which quote though? There's a lot of quotes from that movie.
What is it? In Girl World, Halloween is an excuse to wear
Oh,
lingerie and animal ears or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Which
And
I'm
it
okay
be-
with.
yeah.
But anyways,
Whoa.
Valentine's Day, I think it's just a random excuse to do whatever it is you should be doing on a weekly basis with your partner, celebrating their lives.
What about St. Patrick's Day?
Overrated holiday?
Really?
It's an Irish excuse to get drunk.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just a drinking holiday.
I'm trying to find out.
Boo-
some
a
other
boozing
holidays.
holiday, as they say.
And Boston dumps green chemicals into the water for some reason, poisoning their water supply for years. I'm just kidding.
Let's see. What about
Are you just looking up holidays and asking me if they're overrated?
April
or
Fools?
incredibly
Is that
over-
a holiday or is
I
that just a
hate-
day?
That's just a day.
I hate
Yeah.
that day.
I guess for us Americans, Cinco de Mayo just means we get to eat Mexican food.
Oh, extremely underrated holiday. I love Mexican food. My favorite kind of food. So you'll
There
never
you
hear
go.
me say a bad thing about Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. See?
Great.
We found one.
It's tremendous content.
There's a National Nothing Day in January 16th.
Is that Seinfeld Day?
I guess.
It's
Yeah.
a day about nothing.
Day about nothing. Yeah, I don't know. This is interesting now. You've really brought this up to my
Of
attention.
just overrated holidays?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on President's Day?
I mean, it's America.
Did
I
you
could
know the
just-
school is
yeah.
not closed? Me and you don't think both don't have class on Monday anyway. But did you know the campus is not closed? Like if you have class on Monday, like you have to go to class.
Utter woke nonsense.
I just assumed President's
it
Day
a
was.
federal holiday.
I think last I checked, but apparently campus
Public
is not
schools are
closed.
out, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I believe, federal holiday. Yeah, banks are closed
Yeah.
along with the mail service.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Because you don't have class on Monday anyway, right?
No.
Yeah,
no.
it-
I always
neither do I.
forget that. Yeah, neither is Fraser.
Not for the first half. Second half, I do. I'm in the home stretch. We're in the home stretch, folks.
Yeah, you guys are graduating here pretty soon.
We are on the farewell
Yeah.
tour.
You
Yeah.
excited?
No.
Yes. No, I'm ready
Well-
to get the hell out of here.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, that's also true though.
Slightly, but I know my life is just going to become living here every day after graduation. I keep asking Chase, what are you going to have me do? He's like, you're going to be out there washing my car every day. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's a horrible booking decision. So
I love it.
Hey, it beats having a real job.
Yeah.
is that not a real job?
No, it is. I don't. I'm just saying a job where you have to do non-sports related stuff. You know.
I'm going to wash his car like that scene in Dodgeball where they do the charity the charity car wash.
Jeez,
I hope that's not the case.
what a picture to put in everybody's head.
good Lord Almighty.
I'm dead sexy.
Oh boy.
But in conclusion, as we went completely off the rails here, like this may be an all timer.
Yeah.
How off the rails we've gone. Valentine's Day is a government excuse created by the U.S. government and Hallmark to sell cards.
That's fair.
Which, if you're going card shopping, make sure you buy the 99-cent ones. No one should ever spend $8 on a piece of cardboard.
So this is a good, I guess, experiment. Tomorrow, I wonder what the candy price is going to be like at your local department store. Is it going to be
Oh, it
half
goes down.
price, like Halloween?
Furthermore, 9 months from today, I wonder what the birth rate in Nashville will be.
Maybe that's a reason why the government's trying to track all that as a statistic.
You know, that's a known statistic. When the Cubs won the World Series in 2016, 9 months later, the birth rate escalated like 50%.
How did
Baby
that
boom.
happen?
Baby boom.
Well, you see, when a man and a woman love each other very much.
Okay.
615-737-1025 is the phone number. All right, we'll return to talking actual sports. And I'm excited about this conversation coming up next. Ole Miss quarterback Trinidad Chambliss has been ruled eligible. And you've talked about this on the station. I've talked about this on the station. So I don't want to get into the politics of that specific ruling. But I want to get into the overall arcing story here. When will the NCAA finally be on the right side of something? Because this is the one example of eligibility that I agree with the player. He was deserving of a medical redshirt year, and now the NCAA just refuses to let him win. So when will the NCAA be on the right side of something? We'll get to that coming up next, right here on the Weekend Huddle. Connor Newton, Nick Frazier, Christian Skelton here with you on 102.5 The Game. This song probably echoed throughout Oxford a couple days ago. As Trinidad
I'm sorry,
Chambliss.
Frazier.
It's okay. I am curious on your thoughts on this as a Mississippi State fan. We'll get into that here shortly. Weekend Huddle here on 102.5 The Game. Connor Newton, Nick Frazier, Christian Skelton here with you. Broadcasting from the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game National Studios, home of the $99 yearly BI membership, where the buzz is always about great service. And you heard the fight song. The Ole Miss Rebels rejoice as quarterback Trinidad Chambliss has been ruled eligible by a court, I think it was a state court in the state of Mississippi. He is eligible to play in the 2026-27 season. So exciting stuff for him. I don't want to spend time or too much time on the specific court ruling because I think it was the right decision. I think this was a long time coming, and quite frankly, I think we all knew it was going to come eventually. But what I do want to talk about is, will the NCAA finally ever be on the side of something right? Because they were on the wrong side of this one. They were on the wrong side of the Charles Bediako situation, sort of. But I think it was a state court that ruled him eligible, and then the NCAA worked to rule him ineligible. So they were right about that one. But there are examples across the country and across different sports that drive me crazy that the NCAA is always wrong on. And they've opened the floodgates and done this to themselves. So I think the overall message I'm going here for is, if the NCAA continues to back the wrong side on these things, what is eligibility going to look like in the future for college sports?
Eligibility is already in a chaos, like an uproar. I mean, Joe and Chase made a good point about this. I believe it was Joe. Make it 5 years. As simple as that.
I heard Chase say that yesterday.
Yeah, Chase, excuse me. Chase said, make it 5 years. And then Joe reiterated with, what about an injury year? What about, medical redshirt? Whatever, all that stuff. In my head, I'm thinking, yes, but at the same time, you're going to have to factor in a lot of things. Like, we're talking financially. Like,
yeah.
Chase brought up the idea yesterday about the Major League Baseball system where you draft a guy that's still in college and they play out their college career. That means you would have to restructure a salary cap for college football. You'd have to restructure the salary cap for NFL football. You'd have to make it bigger because guess what? Say these guys come to the NFL after you've already drafted them 3-4 years ago and they're making more in college than they are in the NFL. There's going to have to be some sort of CBA agreement between NFL and college to form that together to make it a minor league system. And that's where I think we possibly could see that. I'm not baseball format, but we possibly could see both of those collective bargaining entities come together, the NFLPA and the college football PA, in a roundabout way, if that is the case, and just make it a minor league system. I can see that happening.
Yeah. Here's what I think. I don't think they should go the full, 5 years and that's all you get.
Right.
Like Chase said, I think it should still be 4 to play 5. Because contrary to what Chase believes and some other people believe as well, I think red shirts still are important in college athletics, not just football, across all college athletics. It ensures insurance if you have an injury. A lot of guys will use it to see what they got in true freshmen. Like it's mostly big-time programs in college football, but like Texas will use a red shirt on a wide receiver that they just want to get special teams reps and maybe plug in on the first team offense on a couple of plays. They'll do it for 4 games and then they'll redshirt them. That's why I think it's important, because it allows you to test the waters and stuff. However, I do believe that transfers should only be able to transfer one time with no penalty whatsoever. And then the next time they want to transfer, they got to sit a year out. I think that is going to help a lot of the wild, wild west stuff and a lot of the eligibility stuff too, because the NCAA can crack down on, well, this guy played 4 games and then was redshirted. Theoretically, he is still a freshman. If he hits the portal, he will hit the portal as a freshman. But if he hits the portal again, he's got to sit out and you burn a year of eligibility. That's what I believe. And I know a lot of lawsuits will come out of that saying, well, I transferred twice because my coach left or I was asked to leave or something like that. Why is my eligibility being burned? Because you hit the portal twice. Now, maybe waivers can play into factor in that. That's been a thing that's been around for a while. Before the transfer portal was guys that hit the portal for, it didn't matter which number time you did it. If you hit the portal, you had to sit out a year. But guys that had extenuating circumstances, like my coach just left and, they're not punished for it. Why am I still here? And then they sign a waiver. Maybe that could come into factor, but we cannot have this free agency transfer portal thing we've got going on.
How about this? And follow me on this. It's a little bit of a lengthy thought here.
I do a lot of lengthy thoughts. So
don't we all? We've seen it with Indiana and Vanderbilt, especially, how they've grabbed a lot of proven talent from the portal this past season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say if, let's say, high school recruiting, it gets watered down for the point of you're going to go grab proven talent out of the NIL, transfer portal pool. Say you end up, let's say, trying to make a farm system in college football using JUCO schools as feeder schools for these Power 4 schools, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe some group of 5 teams say, you know what, maybe let's take a tier down. And then you become to make some form of a, I'd say, money structure of you recruit, I don't know, X amount of guys like you normally would for a Power 4 school, but yet they go play for a G5 school or a JUCO school. When you do that, you now have the opportunity to have an extra 2 years of eligibility under your belt, meaning it doesn't go against your regular 4 years that you have on top of the Power 4 structure. You get you follow me a little bit?
So basically what Diego Pavia did.
A roundabout way, yes.
Played JUCO for 2 years,
and then you still have your 4 years in Power 4.
I understand that because technically JUCO doesn't fall under the NCAA umbrella. I think they need to make it a way where it does because, granted, it's not the same level of competition, JUCO and Power 4, obviously, but it is still college football.
Yeah, and the reason why I mention this too is because you look at the NIL, you look at all these colleges that are benefiting from it. The JUCO schools are not really benefiting from it. And I'm not trying to say everybody deserves equal opportunity.
They are the ones getting screwed.
But
I agree with you.
They are the ones that are not getting the fair share or the fair shake it is in this conversation. I think if you were to do a partnership with, let's say, a Power 4 school with a G5 school or a Power 4 school with a JUCO school, and you have your recruits go play for those lower tier schools, and when they're ready after 2 years, or say if they end up playing their freshman year and not going to JUCO or G5, then they don't get those extra 2 years of eligibility. You forfeit, kind of like going pro. You forfeit playing your college career.
Yeah.
Coming out of high school for basketball. You follow me on that?
Right.
So I think if you were to do that structure, it may even the playing field a little bit. I think it gives not only the football realm of it all where you got to think about it, and now gives NCAA a little bit of leverage, just a little bit.
You make an interesting point. I actually wrote about this yesterday in what was a school assignment for me, but I guess I posted it on my personal and some people asked me about it. So
where was this?
This is on Twitter.
Let me look. I don't know.
I wrote about it in terms of basketball, but the same can be said for football in that we are reaching a point where G5 programs just become farm systems for some of these Power 4 conference teams. There are teams in which, a guy knows he's not going to be the big fish at Alabama as a true freshman, so he'll commit to UAB or something like that and go play starting minutes as a true freshman. Then they hit the portal and go to a big-time school. I think to say this, we should get to a point where it becomes multi-year contracts. I think we have reached the level of college athletics where it has become a miniature NFL at this point, or a miniature NBA, or what have you. So I know some schools do sort of do this. That was the whole Darian Mensah situation where he signed essentially a deal saying he would be here for 2 years and then hit the portal after 1. I think these have to be legal binding contracts, and that begins with the NCAA getting support from the U.S. Supreme Court, which is going to take a lot of work. And that is one thing I kind of feel for them for, and that federal government cannot overrule state government, I think. So all these state rules, this is why Trinidad Chambliss is being ruled eligible. The NCAA's rules contradict the rules of the state of Mississippi. So the state of Mississippi overrules the league. The NCAA has to find a way to get national support from the court system. So it's going to continue to be the Wild Wild West until that happens. Guardrails need to be put in place, but I think it begins with multi-year contracts. And look, this is kind of why you're seeing not as much parity across the league in college football, not as much parity in the March Madness tournament. I wrote about this yesterday. Last year was the first time since 1974, I believe, that all 16 teams in the Sweet 16 were Power 4 teams. This is because, you know, these big fish in small ponds, they're going to, they're starting on the G5 and then going to the big schools.
Right.
So, it's a multi-year investment for a lot of these schools. So it's going to continue to be the Wild Wild West. They need national support. And that was a very long-winded thought, but that's my basic argument.
You're kind of spot on with that a little bit. I'm trying to factor in my brain of like the finances of it all.
Right.
I think that's where a lot of people are trying to pinpoint a lot of this, is because to me, I look at all these college players right now capitalizing on the lack of direction that the NCAA has. So they're trying to get as much money as possible.
Yes.
Before there is some form of a salary cap.
That's exactly what it is.
And I think we all see the salary cap. It's imminent. We just don't know, at what point. I think imminent meaning the next, 3 to 4 years.
I agree. There needs to be, especially with revenue sharing now, there needs to be an allotted amount of money that is a limit.
Yeah, because these boosters, especially at Texas A&M, they just give an X amount of money.
Look at Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Texas Tech is just pouring that oil money into their program. And a lot of it is state advantages.
Yeah.
Like Texas is an oil state. So that is worth a lot of money. That drives a lot of revenue. So that revenue goes directly back into the programs.
Year one of the college football playoff expansion, it was SMU versus Penn State, Texas team.
Yep.
You look at Texas in the SEC, they're always a running. They've always been a powerhouse name, but still, they're back in the running in that conversation.
I mean, look
This
out
past year,
west.
Texas Tech.
Look out west. Who's going to have more money? The team that has an alumni of Oregon that is the owner of Nike, or I don't know, San Jose State. And I realize that's comparing apples to oranges and one, but let's compare two Power 4 teams. Who's got more money, Oregon or USC?
Oregon.
And USC is in Los Angeles. So it's advantages for certain schools.
And also Oregon has Phil Knight. So
Yeah, exactly.
Phil Knight is the guy that runs all of Nike.
Exactly.
And also, too, and I made this point at the beginning of the college football season, look at UNLV, Dan Mullen.
Yeah.
He's doing something a lot of people probably should take more advantage of at the G5 level. You're getting top caliber players that have proven talent and bringing them to a G5 school to get an automatic bid into the college football playoff. If they didn't lose 2 of those games that last year is what it was, they could have made the playoff easily.
Look, Power 4 conferences are always going to have more money.
And a tax-free state, by the way.
And a tax-free. That's another thing.
Nevada.
Tax-free. It's basically free agency. Like a lot of guys, I'll use Tennessee as an example. Guys are going to look at the University of Tennessee and think, that's a state with no income tax. I can keep a lot of the money that they provide me because it's a no income tax state. It's the same as free agency. A lot of free agents will look at the Titans or another state that has no free income tax and say, they're not going to take much of my money. I can keep that for myself. Therefore, I'm drawing in more revenue. So it is a miniature NFL at this point, and it's only going to continue until guardrails are put in place. 615-737-1025 is the phone number if you have thoughts on that. We'll continue this conversation coming up next. I think it's a very interesting one.
Yes.
Plus, I want to pose the question. Are we in the beginning of the end of the NCAA's reign of terror? Are we getting to a point where maybe the big hitters in the NCAA, the big schools, break off and start their own super league? That has been kind of something thrown around for a long time, but are we finally in the beginning of that stage? We'll continue that conversation and get into that coming up next right here on the Weekend Huddle. Connor Newton, Nick Frazier, Christian Skelton here with you on 102.5 The Game. Oh, I could sing the hell out of this song. I was listening to this on the way in. How'd you know?
I did not, but it's
Just
a
to get
tremendous
you
song.
down, just take it to the- Oh, it's so good. I'm on my Morgan Wallen kick as of late. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's all part of Kirby Smart leaving me hanging, but that's all right. You're the only one that understands that joke, by the way.
Kirby Smart left
Yeah.
him hanging.
Kirby Smart.
Kirby
You
was
informed
recruiting
me
him,
about it.
Yeah.
and then Kirby did not care.
Damn it, Kirby. It's okay.
It's my time, pal.
It's my time, pal. Get ready to fly. Okay. Well, Weekend Huddle here on 1025 The Game. Connor Newton, Nick Frazier, Christian Skelton here with you, talking about the NCAA and all the wrongdoings they do. And, what does the future of college athletics look like? The basic conversation that totally doesn't get in depth and get super financially complicated. So let's continue that conversation. Are we approaching a world where the NCAA is no more? A world where the Big Ten and the SEC and maybe the ACC and maybe even the Big 12 decide we don't need you, and they just move on and start their own Super League? Is that coming based on what we know about the NCAA and their backbone and how unwilling they are to be on the right side of history?
Yeah, I think it's on the cusp of that. I mean, there was an article that came out recently. It was about the Big Ten and just saying the plan is for the college football playoff when they want to expand to 24 teams. When that is the case, they just want to get
Which I hope never happens.
They want to get rid of like the league titles, like the conference titles. They just want to get rid of that.
Which should happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, and when you do that, guess what? It evens the playing field for a team like Notre Dame and a team like Navy and stuff like that. Like all those teams that don't really play for that true conference championship, especially Notre Dame because they're not in a conference.
Well,
but
yeah, they don't have to. Yeah,
you look at that and they're like, all right, it's an even playing field now. And I guess that means you just add an extra game to your schedule because it seems like everybody can't get enough of football.
Yeah.
I mean, we see the NFL, they're possibly going to get another game in their season, which would create a second bye week.
But the players are voting against that. They
Right.
do not want that.
Right. So I don't know. It's a push and pull situation because you add a second bye week in the NFL. But say you were to add another game to college football, you're starting games in August.
You should.
I mean, like
I'm with Dan Lanning.
we're talking like early August,
Yeah.
like not late August. We're talking early August.
Good.
Yeah.
More football.
Football. Give me more football.
I should reiterate, I do not want the elimination of conference championships.
He kind of sounds like Ed O when he does that.
He does.
Football.
Football.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
There you go.
I should reiterate, I don't want the elimination of conference championships. I love the pageantry and the tradition that they bring to every conference. But with that being said, I hate that we are finishing college football at the beginning of February.
Well, hang on. Let me ask you this. If you don't want conference championships to go away, then how do you adopt the NFL format? Well, I guess not NFL format, but the professional style format. You get what I'm saying?
No, I understand. You're going for, whoever finishes at the top of the conference, that's your conference champion, and that's how we'll determine seeding in the playoff.
Unfortunately.
Which they're going to have to do if they expand this college football playoff. It works right now because it's 12 teams.
Right.
If they expand to 14 or 16, that's 2 extra weeks of football you're adding. So if you keep the schedule the same right now, you're not finishing football until the middle of February, which should never happen. I don't even like that the Super Bowl is in the middle of February.
Yeah.
I also think, you would probably have to move the season up earlier, which is really unfortunate. But this is money hungry. We're going to capitalize on our revenue by letting as many teams in because of the revenue that'll bring in. We're thinking about Coastal Carolina or these G5 schools, which that's another thing. I think the G5 should have its own separate playoff. And
Right.
D-Mice and I have talked about this before, but
I had a conversation last summer. I was all on board for G5 to have their own conference.
I'm on board with it too. I don't think any G5 can ever come into a Power 4 playoff and be a legitimate contender, but that's besides the point.
Let me tell you this. When it comes to eliminating the conference championship game, I think it's not genius, but it's smart for college football to get rid of it.
I agree.
Because of the fact that, the last data point of the season, let me tell you, the conference championship is not a part of the data points to see if the team gets in or does not get into the playoff. Bullcrap. We all recognize that. It is another data point. So the fact that they say it doesn't hurt you, but it can help you, it's not a two-way street. So
Yeah.
just get rid of it completely. Whoever's at the top of the conference, if they're tied, go off of points for, points against, or
Yeah.
head-to-head matchups. That's how it should be handled
Right.
for the rest of the way out.
615-737-1025 is the phone number. Phone and text lines driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. Kevin makes an interesting point, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this, Nick Frazier. He says it's simple. Change the conference championship games to CFP play-in games. Let the top conference regular season team be the champ. Send them through and change the championship game to play-in games.
I think they should incorporate play-in games like wild card games, but I don't think they should incorporate it as conference championship games.
I agree.
I think if you do that, your play-in games that are conference championship games are for the G5 teams that have to be in.
Yeah.
The reason why I say that, and I believe if I'm not mistaken, I'll fact check myself in the break, but you legally have to have a group of 5 team in the conference championship.
Yes.
So
but they've changed the rules to the college football playoff next season to where it's no longer the top 5 conference championships. It is the 4 Power 4 and then the top group of 5 champions.
okay, so
we can't get 2 G5 teams like we did this
Right.
year.
So
Essentially why they did that. Yeah.
theoretically, if that rule was applied to this past year, Duke would have been in as the ACC champion.
And we wouldn't have had James Madison.
Yes.
It's just
Okay.
been Duke and Tulane.
well, then here's 2 scenarios to that. If you want to have play-in games for conference championship games, either you take the conference champion of the 2 top-tier group of 5 teams and put them in a wild card game like the NFL does,
Yeah.
and they play in for that final 12 spot, or you end up playing, a group of 5 conference champion in this play-in game and a group of 5 conference champion in this play-in game, and then whoever wins those 2 conference championships play in that play-in game for the college football playoff.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have 4 teams that are a group of 5 saying, we didn't get a fair shake at getting in the college football playoff. Nope, you had it.
So basically, you're saying the last 2 out, like the 2 teams on the outside looking in. So we'll use this year, for instance, it would be Notre Dame and BYU.
Yeah.
Those 2 would play in a play-in game for the last playoff spot in the college football playoff.
Correct.
I like that.
Yeah.
I really like that, actually. Especially if you eliminate conference championships. Unfortunately, I think you'd have to play that the same week as Army Navy, which I don't like, and I think Army Navy should always be its own individual week.
Play it on a Friday night.
Yep.
I know Joe is against, NFL playing on a Friday night because Friday night football is all high school football. But
High school football's over by then.
there you go. Then
Yeah.
you can definitely play some form of, college football on a Friday night. We've seen it. Why
It
not
happens.
why not make it on a Thursday night? Because at that point, you're not playing any Thursday night football games for the NFL. They're done by that time. All their primetime midweek games are done.
Yeah.
So just play a Thursday,
we're-
Friday.
We're
Play-in
talking
game.
about, what is end of December?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can
All
do
those are
that.
done. So Thursday, Friday, have your college football playoff play-in games. I call them wild card games. And then you have your Saturday Army Navy. Sunday, you have your NFL, I guess, week 1 wild card, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's such a complicated situation. How did this turn into?
We figured it out.
Yeah.
We've cracked the code, boys and girls.
Basically, we're saying we know more than the NCAA, and I think that's what the two leagues are going to say in the future, and the SEC and the Big Ten, and maybe they pull some people from the ACC and the Big 12 with them, and Notre Dame follows suit. And I think I'm not going to say it's the beginning of the end, but I think people are starting to realize that the NCAA has zero backbone, and they're always going to make the wrong decision. So they're driving people away from their product because of revenue. It's always money driven for them. It's nothing. I've never seen an organization want to damage their product more than the NCAA. It's not just football. They want to damage college basketball. They want to expand it from 68 to, like, I've seen as many as like
76,
84. Yeah.
84,
Which is unbelievable.
aren't there like 136 like Division I schools?
Somebody seriously said with a serious look on their face, 84 teams.
I mean, there's over 300 teams in Division I NCAA men's basketball,
Okay,
but 84.
there's 136 in college
football.
Yeah, okay.
About to be 137.
I just,
Yeah.
North
especially
Dakota State.
don't get me started on the tournament expansion basketball. That
I
drives me up the wall
I could
because
spend
it's
4
so
hours.
perfect and
What
they
kind
want to
of wall?
ruin it.
What kind of wall?
I don't know what kind of wall.
Cinder blocks,
A drywall.
drywall. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know many types of walls, honestly. I haven't thought about this.
I could spend 4 hours on that topic
Oh my
because
gosh.
it drives me insane. But it's those 2 sports. I've seen rumors of expansion on college baseball, which is, again, leave it alone. I don't understand the NCAA's obsession with ruining their own product.
I mean, they can't figure it out. That's the issue. They're so worried about having some form of leverage on all these colleges and make sure they don't miss out on any of the financial gain, which they have tremendously. We all know that. So they can't rebound off this. I think the next phase of all this is when the SEC and the Big Ten don't get their way, which we're kind of seeing right now because they didn't want the expansion. So they couldn't come to a vote agreement. They're keeping the playoff the same format as what it was this past season. And if it doesn't go the way they want it to, guess what? Breakaway. They're going to have their own little thing.
The NCAA and the SEC and the Big Ten are like a husband and a wife. We'll say the SEC and the Big Ten are the wife. If the wife's not happy, no one's happy. And things just only go bad from there.
As the saying goes, happy life,
Happy wife.
Yeah.
Which I hope many of you are remembering on this Valentine's Day. Me personally, I'm not. I'm lonely. 615-737-1025 is the phone number. We got 30 extra minutes today. So how about this? A bonus takeover. Nick Frazier takes over the show with the Frazier Files as we open the file cabinet coming up next.
Boys and girls, I'll tell you right now.
Boyzo.
I'm fired up about this one. This is angering me. You guys know how much I love baseball on with Connor and Christian. You want to tune in for this one.
We'll do that coming up next right here on the Weekend Huddle. Connor Newton, Nick Frazier, Christian Skeleton here with you on this Saturday morning on 102.5 The Game. Weekend Huddle here on 102.5 The Game. The file cabinet is open. Connor Newton, Nick Frazier, Christian Skeleton here with you. As we have 30 extra minutes today, taking you up to pregame of Vanderbilt and Texas A&M live from Memorial Gymnasium. If you're headed to the game, make sure you're tuned in, listening to us. We would appreciate it. But this segment is all about Nicholas J. Frazier, whose middle name is not actually Jay, but some people call in and still call him that just because I call him that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I started that trend. Take it away, my friend.
Yes. Thank you, Connor. I've been livid about this news since I heard about it on Monday. Major League Baseball, as everybody knows, has their own TV service, MLB.TV.
Yes.
They have now partnered up with ESPN Unlimited. And I think you know where I'm going with this.
You got to say it like Russell Wilson.
I do, unfortunately.
ESPN Unlimited.
There you go.
It frustrates the living crap out of me because as a baseball fan who spends $150 a year to watch the St. Louis Cardinals play,
Yep,
which is ridiculous because sometimes they say it's blacked out, which makes no sense.
which you may want to pass on this year.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe give or take. The fact of the matter is you now have to pay an additional $30 a month to ESPN Unlimited because they own the rights of MLB.TV now on their streaming platform. So you pay $150 for your flat fee of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Then you pay an additional $30 a month to ESPN Unlimited for the whole season. Now, let me get down to the brass tacks of it all. People were saying it was $510, right? For the entire season. No, that's not the case. There's a loophole to all this. If
Get
you go,
a VPN.
But if you go on the MLB website for the login situation, it'll say you pay your flat fee, then you pay your $30 or whatever it is. You can cancel that $30 subscription. So then you can actually watch MLB TV for $150 and not have to pay for MLB or ESPN Unlimited. And you no longer have to pay that additional money. I didn't know this until I had to look it up. I was like, wait a minute, this actually makes sense. Somebody, I was watching a video on it, basically broke it down for me and saying that MLB and ESPN didn't think this all the way through because there's another page where, you have the Latin text box, has a bunch of Latin wording. Yeah. So they didn't even fill that in. So this is not even well thought out for the most part. No. So you can actually cancel that. I don't know if they'll fix it or not, but there are people that have purchased their MLB TV subscription for the year and they've already canceled the ESPN Unlimited. And basically you get 30 days free of ESPN Unlimited the first month. And then after that, you don't have that anymore, which is fine. So you just watch all your games on the regular app.
So what was the point of them even doing this?
That's what I'm saying.
Just to try to rope people in to think you have to pay $30 a month?
Well, the thing is, you have to find it on the website or else you will pay that $30.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm just putting a PSA out there is don't lose your money to this. Because if you don't pay it, guess what you're paying for 12 months out of the year? $510. Whereas if you just pay for it for the MLB season, it comes out to like $360. Which again, $360 on $150, not a great number. You're still coming out to over $400. It's like what, $490, give or take? Yeah. I mean, or $510, excuse me, exactly. So it's just stupid. It's absolutely stupid.
That is sad.
Yeah,
that they're trying to peddle money. Look, I love ESPN Unlimited. I'm not trying to sell you on it, but it's perfect for me. I love college baseball, and this is a good year for it. It's going to be a fun season, I think. ESPN Unlimited has just about every single SEC men's baseball game, which I love. It's got the WWE, which I love. I watch it for women's basketball games, which I love. I love ESPN Unlimited. But that said, the fact that they're trying to rope you into this $30 extra and trying to make you think, what is it? What'd you say? 550 is what they're trying to make you?
510.
510?
Yeah.
When you could be paying
150.
150?
Yeah. For MLB TV. But if you just want to pay for ESPN Unlimited, which you got right now,
$30 a month.
$30 a month. That comes out to $360.
Now, there is a deal that I have. It is, I think it's 15 maybe? It might be 30. But it comes with all three. It comes with Disney Plus, Hulu, and the ESPN bundle.
I've got that one too. It's $30 a month, but it's well worth it.
It's well worth it.
Very much so.
It's a 3 for 1.
So what I did was I just canceled my original Disney Plus subscription and
did the
bought
same
that.
thing. Yep.
So it's basically $20 for all of that.
Yeah.
If you already have ESPN Plus.
It's a 3 for 1 thing. See, I have ESPN Plus and I pay like $7.99 a month.
Okay, so you just have the basic one.
I have the basic one.
Yeah.
But I got that through my cellular phone provider. So I got
Yes.
that.
Well, some of that you can do. Like if you give your I think either your TV or your phone provider,
Yeah.
you get like SEC Network Plus or something like that.
See, my phone provider I have right now, I'm a stickler on like grandfathered in rates. Like
Yeah.
my grandmother has a bunch of grandfathered in rates for her television provider. So I go over to my cell provider. I'm like, hey, look, I want this bundle of Hulu, Disney, ESPN, whatever it is. I said, I'm already paying $7.99 for ESPN. He goes, okay, well, we can dock that off and grandfather you in for Disney and Hulu. I'm like, okay, cool. This is great. And it's not primarily all for me. Like I have 4 other lines on the same provider with me. So it's like, a few other family members. But like for MLB TV, I don't want to be paying an extra $30 a month. That's just stupid. I don't want to waste my money for that. So, and also it's kind of like I scratch your back, you scratch mine type thing with my brother because he takes care of the rugby league thing. I take care of the MLB thing.
Yeah.
We watch a bunch. And it's also my dad likes watching all this stuff too. So I kind of help him out with that. Now, how do I use the Roku? Press that button, you're good to go. Like it's that type of stuff. And he goes, well, are the Reds playing? Or I was like, yeah, you can watch that regular cable. He goes, well, what about the Cardinals? Well, you can watch that on the Roku.
Well, they're also doing, since I think a lot of teams are going away from FanDuel.
Yeah.
So they're doing like team specific TV. Like I know the Reds are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
The Cardinals are doing it, but I think it's blacked out in the area.
Yeah.
It's all regional.
So those you have to be in like the actual TV viewing market to like actually. But
That's dumb.
This is since I just have YouTube TV. I couldn't really watch the Reds last year unless I wanted to pay for everything with FanDuel, and obviously you don't feel like doing that in the middle of July when the only thing you're paying for is the Reds. So this is gonna be the easiest year of my life paying for the Reds. I'm just pay $100 beginning of the year, and I can watch every game the rest of the season. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. So I think that's the route everybody's starting to go. And also too, like watching the St. Louis Cardinals this year, like you mentioned, Connor, is going to be abysmal. But
it's not going to be fun.
I'm all about the rebuild. That's why I'm so invested in watching the Cardinals, because I want to see if they play, the likes of Jordan Walker, see what Lars Nootbaar does, see if Alec Burleson is a trade asset for them at the deadline. Like, what about Dustin May this year? I want to see if he can be an ace pitcher, and maybe they bring him back for another year.
Dustin May, baby.
Like, because he had a pretty good stint with the Red Sox.
I mean, I want to see J.J. Weatherholt.
Yeah, he plays for the Cardinals now?
Yeah.
I had no idea about that. Wow.
Signed him in the offseason. Like,
How about that?
I want to see Liam Doyle. Bring him up.
Go.
Ball.
Well, he's going to be the new Ryan Helsley, from what I've gathered.
Oh, he's a closer?
I think that's what they're going to use him as right now.
Oh,
because a lot of those younger guys, they want to,
Reds did it with Chase Burns for tail end of last year.
Yeah. They want to just make sure that arm is okay for the long haul of the career. So you start him out in the pen, and then
But he'll start in Memphis this year, right? Or maybe Springfield.
I don't know, man. They might.
He might
make the jump.
Yeah.
Look, when you're
cheap.
Yeah, it's cheap, but when you're also at the bottom of the barrel, I think right now, looking at their not salary cap situation, but just their finances in general, they're like $100,000 in like negative money, which is good, because we all know what's going to happen is there's going to be a lockout in 27. They're going to restructure everything, put a salary cap on baseball, and the Cardinals are going to be a step ahead of everything.
Yeah.
They're going to have a bunch of rookie deals.
They have all these young players.
Correct.
And they'll have all this cap space to go out and sign whoever the hell they want.
Correct. So again, I think they're a step ahead of everything. That's why I'm invested in these young players to see what they can do. Looking at the WBC coming up, this could be a great time for guys like Lars Nootbaar, who's going to play well for Team Japan. Ship him off to another team.
Playing for Japan.
Yeah, and again, when the last WBC came around, they were really trying to push the narrative of Yamamoto come to St. Louis or Imanaga come to St. Louis because of those Asian connections with Lars Nootbaar. It didn't really happen that well. So that's why I think when you have a guy like Nootbaar who does bring in that international viewership, you can ship him off somewhere out west for that as well.
615-737-1025. Cannot wait for the Pittsburgh Pirates to inevitably finish last in the NL Central for no reason.
Almost forgot. Corbin Carroll is on the IR for the WBC.
Yeah.
So Boston Red Sox Roman Anthony is taking.
I saw that yesterday.
Yeah. Just saw it on my feed. So that's kind of some big news when it comes to that roster, because I think your outfield now is Roman Anthony, Byron Buxton, and Pete Armstrong.
PCA.
So
I actually love PCA.
Yeah. I like the infield.
Hate the Cubs. Love PCA.
He looked like a rookie of the year. I mean, NL rookie of the year.
And
of the year. So
he looked like an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
Beginning of the year.
Kind of fell off after Ohtani hit his stride.
Such as baseball.
Yep. But Gunnar Henderson at third base. Bobby Witt Jr. at short. Who's at second? I'm drawing a blank there.
It is it's on my
let's see. USA WBC.
He plays for Arizona, doesn't he?
Let's see here. USA, WBC.
Bryce
one.
Terang.
Bryce Terang.
That's who it
former
is.
Nashville Sound, that is.
Yeah.
Forgot about
I
that.
had his autograph once and then I left the hat at
What?
at the stadium. So I lost.
It should be a good roster, though. I
some
mean,
money.
this is a team that definitely could do some damage. You have, the Indiana alum, the IU alum, Kyle Schwarber at DH.
Ooh.
I mean, he's got an absolute just stick to just rake. He's raking on all cylinders, along with Cal Raleigh coming off a career year.
Man, I wish I had a stick like that.
I know, right?
615-737-1025 is the phone number. We got a bonus half hour for you. So coming up next, I have a slight Titans thought. I know we haven't talked much about the Titans today, but I have a thought, and it's something along the lines of the draft that's just bugging me that people want. We'll get to that coming up next on our, I guess you could say 2.5 here on the Weekend Huddle on 102.5 The Game. $30 more minutes here on this Saturday as we're taking you up to pregame of Vanderbilt and Texas A&M live from Memorial Gymnasium. Connor Newton, Nick Frazier, Christian Skelton here with you on the Weekend Huddle on 102.5 The Game. Been a fun show so far. Very, very informative. Very, a lot of angst on this show. Maybe
Diverse conversations.
a lot of angst, a lot of ranting. Maybe we're all just mad because of Valentine's Day and we're all lonely, except for him. He's fine.
Yeah.
He can't complain.
Not too lonely.
Side rant, why is Italy wearing red, white, and blue when their colors are red, white, and green?
They got a little green in there. Look,
Yeah.
on the legs, they got the Italian flag. Green on the top
Yeah.
there, yeah. White, red.
Yeah.
Well, they're also called in soccer the azzurri, which is the blues. So they wear
okay.
blue as their primary color.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not a
Let me tell you, the other day
Lost known fact.
in class, we were all locked in on Canada. And this dude in front of me he was wearing all Canada stuff. I was like, where are you from, man? He's like, I'm from Minnesota. I'm like, then why are you cheering for Canada? You're an American.
what do you go the summers to Canada? Like, well,
No.
that makes no sense.
I'm from Canada. I was like, so he's a Leafs fan, a Blue Jays fan. He's like, Toronto's my favorite city. I'm like, you're from Minnesota. Anyways,
That's crazy.
it is crazy. It drives me insane. I got a quick Titans thought. I know we haven't talked a lot of Titans today, but the draft is approaching, and everyone is talking about who would fit best for the Titans at number 4. And there's been a guy that's kind of emerged on the interwebs, and I blame Derek Mason for it. It's his fault. What is with the love for Jeremiah Love to the Titans? I do not understand it. I understand running back is a position that they probably need to upgrade, but taking a running back in the first round of the draft is for teams that are probably a piece or two away from being championship contenders. Like, I could see Love going to the Cowboys or the Chiefs or something like that. He would not make sense here. You have too many holes that need to be filled on this Titans roster. I'm heavy on the Reuben Bain train. Even beyond that, I'm heavy on the take an edge rusher at 4 train, whether that's Bain or Arvell Reese or what's his name, David Bailey from Texas Tech. I'm heavy on that train. I would take a wide receiver before I take a running back. I would take an offensive tackle before I take a running back if I'm the Tennessee Titans. So I understand Love is a great player. He's a Heisman contender. He's one of the best running backs in the nation. Again, you're seeing living proof of this in the league. Who is the worst team in the league this year, Nick Frazier?
That would be the New York Jets, right?
The Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, Las Vegas Raiders, excuse me.
What did they
Mendoza,
take last year?
a running back?
How did that fare for him?
I mean,
He was good.
it's a longer process than you think.
He was good.
It's a longer process than you think.
He was good. How many holes do they have to fill?
A lot.
Exactly.
But
I don't think that taking Jeremiah Love, if you're the Tennessee Titans, makes sense for your timeline. I understand you want to eat the contract of Tony Pollard and, plug this guy, but it doesn't really change anything to me. It doesn't.
I don't know. Like, look, we're on the same page when it comes to, if you don't grab an edge rusher, go grab a wide receiver. I'm on that page with you. In this little experiment that I did Tuesday with Jake on Next Man Up, we used this, I guess, website called Stick to the Model.
Yes,
or something
I
like
followed suit. I did it myself.
Yeah.
I had fun with it.
And it's great. Like, I kind of went down to the T with it. I'm not going to give away too much because that's what we're going to do later on 4 weeks from now before the draft. But one of the trades, it was actually the first trade that popped up on my screen. So for the offseason move, what I did was offloaded Tony Pollard to Denver Broncos. They offered it to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, sure, I'll offload Tony Pollard. So the backfield now is Tajay Spears, re-signed Julius Chestnut, and then I guess kept Khalil Mullins as well. So there's 3 running backs. None of them are your perennial 3-down backs, right?
Yep.
Ended up doing this. I ended up grabbing at pick number 9. I traded with the Kansas City Chiefs. They wanted 4. They traded up and got Jeremiah Love.
Mm-hmm.
So, because like the top 4 picks, once they got to 4, David Bailey was gone, Reuben Bain was gone, Arvell Reese was gone. I was like, why are all the edge rushers going away? This is not realistic at all. So I was like, all right, let's trade back, see what happens.
The Raiders did not want Mendoza.
Oh, no.
No, they took Mendoza.
Oh, they did. Okay.
It just made no sense. I'm
No,
like, why?
that is weird that it's 3 straight edge rushers after that, though.
Yeah. So then after that, I was like, all right, you know what? I'll trade away all my, whatever. So traded with the Chiefs. I got pick number 9 and pick number 40. So with pick number 9, I picked Mekhi Lemon from USC.
Love it.
Then the second round pick the Titans originally had, I got Mason Thomas, the edge rusher out of Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
And then with that second round pick I got from Kansas City at 40, ended up getting Anthony Hill Jr., the inside linebacker from Texas.
See, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. So I think that's a good combination of what, the holes are trying to fill.
Are you laughing at what I think you're laughing at?
The mascot.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to tell you before we went on the air.
Okay.
I'm not sure what kind of
Sorry.
mascot that is.
It's like, for context, we're watching the Olympics on NBC, and there's some kind of like dolphin mascot.
What is that thing?
I don't know what it is, but I think he supports Finland, who is about to win 6-0 over Italy. For those interested.
Well, that's only after second period. We haven't started the third yet.
Oh, no.
Oh wow, I thought it was a third too.
Yeah,
Wow.
no. Still got another period to go.
Is Juice in net still?
He
Uh,
is.
Is that
Yeah.
him right there? Yeah.
That is Italy's goaltender.
I'm
Oh,
pretty sure it said Soros, but I could
Yeah.
be wrong. Anyway,
You're right. Yeah.
I'm blind.
He needs a shutout game, by the way.
Yes, he does.
Needs it.
He does. But back to the Titans.
Yeah.
If the Titans took a running back at pick number 4, I would go ballistic. I would not be okay with that because I was thinking about this earlier. There are higher priorities, edge rusher, even later in the draft. Christian and I earlier were talking about Chris Brazzell. And would he make sense for the Titans? Yes, I think so. If he were taken in the late second to late third round.
Yeah.
There are too many priorities ahead of wide receiver, I think. Edge rusher, cornerback, and then we can talk about wide receiver. Running back, I don't think even fits the top 5 in terms of needs for the Titans. So where all this love for draft Jeremiah Love in the top 5, if you're the Tennessee Titans, is coming from, I don't quite understand. I know D-Mace is a huge fan of Love, and look, I like Love too. I don't think he's a transformative piece for an offense like this. For Kansas City, maybe so. For Dallas, maybe so. But for a team that has a second-year quarterback with no wide receivers and, a subpar offensive line, I don't think he's the move.
Let me curve your appetite here. It's the fact of the matter is Jeremiah Love's a generational talent, okay?
I think that term is thrown out too loosely.
Sorry. He is a top-tier talent. Is
There you
that
go.
better? There you
That's
go.
better.
Jeremiah Love's a top-tier talent. You look at the Las Vegas Raiders, the property of direction was not great, but you have a top-tier talent in Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty, and eventually it will be Fernando Mendoza. 3 core pillars of that offense that you're now incorporating with Clint Kubiak's offensive mind that has received him a Super Bowl win. Now he has some hardware on his finger.
Mm-hmm.
But when you add all that together, there is something there. There's structure there that you can build off of for a foundation. As for the Titans, what they're trying to get back to, and I will stress this until the cows come home, they need to have a strong run game. And if that is the case for them, they need to make a case to have Jeremiah Love. That is what they need. We all know to set the tone of the football game, you get offensive line push, and that's for the run game. If you don't have that with Tony Pollard, which I think you can get with Tony Pollard, I'm just saying in the equation of if they were to offload him or he's not in the equation anymore, go after Jeremiah Love.
See, I think obviously Love is probably the best option you have at running back. I think that can be supplemented in free agency. If you wanted to bring in Breece Hall or Javonte Williams from the Cowboys, who I know you love.
Yeah, but he'll probably get re-signed by the Cowboys.
will.
I'm not a big fan of Breece Hall. Like, as much as everybody loves the age of 25 years old,
I am for the right price.
he's had a knee injury, man.
Yeah.
I can't trust a running back that's had an ACL injury.
That's why I'm a fan of the right price. If he wants $8 million per year, no thank you. If we can get you for 6 or 5 or something like that, we'll talk. But I think the age is attractive. I think he would probably contribute the same amount as Tony Pollard, but that's more exciting when you're a young player in this league. So
Kenneth Walker, come on down.
not happening.
No, not at all.
No, I mean, what's his name? The owner of the Seahawks was actively trying to negotiate
Yeah.
at their parade. So
Which was hilarious.
he's
Hey, you know what I just thought about though?
Hmm.
We just talked about love on Valentine's Day.
Huh.
shut up.
He did that, not me.
You did do that. That's true. You made us talk about love. It wasn't the type of love everybody else thinks of, but technically, we talked about love.
It's the
on
only love
Valentine's
that
Day.
matters to me today.
This is true.
the
this is
only,
true.
the only love that matters to me.
No, but I see what D-Mace is saying, though. Like,
No, I understand.
if there is a opportunity to go grab a top-tier talent in the draft, go after it. And again, if Ruben Bain's not available, yeah, you go after the next best thing. And that is, I'd say the running back position.
Look, he's a good player. I'm not hammering home how bad of a player I think he is. I think he's a great player. I just don't think he fits the needs of what the Titans need right now. I think he'll end up falling to – I think he'll remain in the top 10. But I think he'll end up falling to, like, Kansas City.
Yep.
And that'll be their piece. That's a team that doesn't have a good run game. And, that just makes sense. I don't think he makes sense for the Titans. Not at 4.
Could you imagine a free agency where Mike Evans signs with the Kansas City Chiefs and they go draft Jeremiah Love?
Yes. I can imagine that.
Yes, I could also imagine that.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy if that happened.
I don't think he's leaving Tampa Bay.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because the hamstring thing, you want to play in a warm environment. I get all that.
His heart is in Tampa. He is that team.
Yeah.
That's a team that I think is going backwards, but he is that team. 615-737-1025 is the phone number. One more segment here on this beautiful Saturday. We'll play a little Where Are They Now? Coming up next right here on the Weekend Huddle on 1025 The Game.
Light my fire.
Oh, I love it so much. It's my favorite part of every day. Welcome back. Weekend Huddle here on 1025 The Game. Connor Newton, Nick Frazier, Christian Skelton here with you for about 13 more minutes or so. A little bit of breaking news to begin coming from our friends at A to Z Sports. Sources confirmed the Tennessee Titans are poised for a rebrand for the 2026-27 season. So maybe the leak we saw last night is in fact true.
So that wasn't confirmed already? I thought that was kind of already confirmed, honestly.
Well, this came about 20 minutes ago. So
Oh.
Love it.
Oh, I wasn't quite. I was just like, I was questioning the fact. I thought it was technically already but I guess that's probably the first like official like report of it. Everybody else kind of just probably knew it was happening, but this is probably the first actual news story about it, I guess.
there you go.
Yeah.
Sources confirmed the logo on that said plushie will be used in uniform elements. So maybe it's just a shoulder patch thing.
I hope.
I think we all hope so. All right. As we wrap things up here on the program, 30 extra minutes with you today, so we appreciate that. We play our favorite game. Where are they now? Where we just go through the career paths of players and just have a grand old time.
I'm ready.
Are we ready?
I think we're ready.
All right. Nick Frazier, why don't you start us off today?
Okay. Started his career with the Denver Broncos, next with the Cleveland Browns, Kansas City Chiefs, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and rounding out his wonderful career with the New York Giants.
It's not Shannon Sharp. He played with the Ravens. Give it to me again, please, and thank you.
Denver Broncos,
Okay.
Cleveland Browns,
Okay.
Kansas City Chiefs,
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and New York Giants.
I feel dumb.
Was a 7th-round pick in 2008, if that gives any more
Oh.
context.
I almost said one of the Barber twins, but 2008's too late for that, I think.
To give you a little more context, went to college at Arkansas. And one of his biggest victories in college football came on November the 11th when ESPN College Game Day was in attendance as Arkansas defeated number 13 Tennessee in Fayetteville, 31-14.
I don't think it's, but maybe it
I'm going to go
is.
Jamal Charles. I know it's incorrect, but I'm going to go with it.
I mean, the only guy I can think of is Darian McFadden.
You guys are going to hit yourselves in the back of that here. Peyton Hillis.
I forgot he was an Arkansas guy.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was a good pull. I always forget he's an Arkansas guy.
We'll go reverse today just because I don't have one ready. Christian, go ahead.
Alrighty. So I'm going to start us off with a little softball.
Softball.
No, like I worded that so bad. A softball athlete. This should be a softball question. This is not. He does not play softball. He plays basketball.
Just so everyone knows.
Just to be clear, this is a basketball player. Minnesota Timberwolves, Boston Celtics, Brooklyn Nets, Minnesota Timberwolves.
Is it Kevin Garnett?
Yeah, it's Kevin Garnett.
The face of our intro music for this segment.
Yes, he is.
Love it.
Yes, he is. All right. We'll go to the diamond here with a little bit of baseball. Colorado Rockies, Oakland Athletics, St. Louis Cardinals, New York Yankees, Colorado Rockies. Maybe the most overrated player in St. Louis Cardinals history, in my opinion.
Say that again.
Colorado Rockies,
Mm-hmm.
Colorado Rockies, Oakland Athletics, St. Louis Cardinals, New York Yankees, and then back to the Rockies.
Oh, he was a right fielder?
Nope.
No.
Oh. From Stillwater, Oklahoma.
I was gonna say.
I'm sorry, he was a left fielder.
I was gonna say Stephen Piscotty, but because he played for the Athletics for a small bit of
He
time.
did. You know?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm completely stumped on this.
You're
one.
going
I
to
don't
kick
even
yourself
have a clue.
because I was just talking about him.
Hang on. Colorado Rockies.
Yep.
St. Louis Cardinals. Oh, Matt Holliday.
It's Matt Holliday.
Oh,
Forgot about that.
I never would have got. I had no idea he ever played for the A's, so I never would have gotten that one.
It's a short.
It was a
with-
very short stint. Yeah. St. Louis Cardinals Hall of Famer, though. Like, Matt Holliday was good. He just, he was either a strikeout merchant or he would, clock one out 430 feet. So, is what it is. Nick Frazier, go ahead.
Thank you. Okay. Next we have here. It's a short list, but went to college at USC, drafted in 2003, played for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Troy Polamalu.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Troy.
Sorry about that. That was a quick one.
I can see we are all having none of us really prepared for this segment today.
That's the fun. You don't prepare.
That is the fun. Yeah, you just think of it on the fly.
I have more. It's just waiting for the good ones.
All right, so this one should be easy, but it's going to be fun. So we have a college version. So we've got LSU, Auburn,
TJ Finley.
Texas. Yes. I just figured to, tie all the way in with, all the NCAA stuff. Hey, let's just do a guy that's played at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's on his 7th school now and at Carnet Word for this upcoming year.
Nice.
So, how about
Thank
that?
you, NCAA. All right. Here we go. No, I don't want his personal website. Okay. Here we go. Back to the gridiron here. Kansas City Chiefs, Tennessee Titans, San Diego Chargers, and then went to the Toronto Argonauts and whatever the Massachusetts Pirates is. Looks like it's an indoor football league team.
Oh, it's Dexter McCluster.
Sounds right to me.
It is Dexter McCluster.
Yeah.
Wow.
2nd round pick in 2010. I used to love Dexter McCluster.
Ole Miss.
I interviewed him once.
Did you?
Nice guy. Yeah.
Really?
On my podcast. Yeah.
All right. This will probably be the last round.
Ran into him at a bar. It was pretty neat.
Really?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. All right. Next on the list we have here, running back went to Alabama.
Wow.
Drafted in the first round of the 2000 draft by the Seattle Seahawks. Had wrapped up his career with the Washington Redskins. Won NFL MVP in 05, Offensive Player of the Year in 05, 2-time first-team All-Pro, 3-time Pro Bowler, NFL rushing leader in 05, had a really good 05 year. So.
I feel really dumb not
I know who it is. I'll see if he can get it. You are going to feel
Yeah,
stupid.
I'm gonna be really dumb.
SEC Player of the Year in 99,
I wasn't here yet.
first team All SEC, NCAA rushing touchdowns co-leader,
No,
first team All
I'm gonna
American.
get this.
Okay.
It is. No, well, yes, no. Hold on.
He was on the All Decades team of 2000.
He's having a conversation with himself.
I almost said Marvin or what's his name?
Mark Ingram.
Mark Ingram.
Remember,
But it's
too
not Mark
early.
Ingram.
Seattle Seahawk,
Yeah.
Washington Redskin for a year.
God.
Seattle Seahawk running back.
Also a Madden cover at one point, I think.
God. All right, just give it.
Sean Alexander.
Bingo. Sean
Damn it.
Alexander.
I feel so dumb.
That's okay. It's all right.
We all have our moments.
We do.
Do we have time for one more?
I know.
If you hurry, go.
Yeah, be quick.
Winnipeg Jets, Detroit Red Wings, San Jose Sharks, Columbus Blue Jackets, Minnesota Wild, Nashville Predators.
Oh, boy.
Currently with the Predators?
I think so. I honestly don't even remember if he's currently on the roster or
I
not.
can't recall. Craig Smith. I don't know.
Gustav Nyquist. I cannot
Gustav
remember.
Nyquist,
He's
yeah.
currently with the what? Or yeah, he's with the Wild.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah,
They didn't specify who he actually is currently playing for. And I guess this order might not have been right. But anyway.
That's
Wow.
okay.
All right, how quickly can I go here? Washington Wizards, Houston Rockets, Los Angeles Clippers.
Gilbert Arenas.
Sure. Gilbert Arenas.
John Wall. All right,
Ah.
that'll wrap us up here today on the Weekend Huddle. Hope you enjoy your Valentine's Day. Hope you enjoy your Saturday. Vanderbilt basketball against Texas A&M coming up next with Kevin Ingram on the call. Pre-game show starts in just a matter of moments. But for Nick Frazier, for Christian Skeleton, my name is Connor Newt saying so long. We'll see you next Saturday right here on the Weekend Huddle on 102.5 The Game.
See ya.
Evolution is your list.